From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. This local and regional news update is brought to you by Northway Bank. Like Northway Bank on Facebook, and they'll donate $1 up to the first 1,000 to the New Hampshire Food Bank. Visit facebook.com/Northway Bank today. Northway Bank with 17 locations throughout New Hampshire. The people you know, the bank you trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Here's the news. The acting chief of the Bartlett Fire Department says no one was hurt yesterday in an early morning fire, but the house involved is pretty much a total loss. Bruce Bennett says his firefighters responded around 4:30 to 1455 Route 302 and found the
center part of the house fully involved, coming out the windows, out the roof, all from mutual aid. The owner was home, was woken up by the fire, exited the building with his dogs, notified one of his tenants. It was an older house with balloon construction, and with balloon construction it doesn't take long to spread the fire from the first floor to the second.
Firefighters from Jackson, North Conway, and Redstone were called to assist, as was Bartlett Jackson Ambulance. Bennett says he had about 50 firefighters at the scene.
It was an exterior attack only. Really, the only thing we could do was just put as much water on it, as we could to put the fire out. It was just a very hot fire. We couldn't get as close as we would have liked to because of the amount of heat it was throwing off.
Firefighters were able to protect some nearby outbuildings and were still at the scene well into the afternoon yesterday. No cause has been determined. The state fire marshal's office is investigating. That's the sound of a packed auditorium at Kennett High School in North Conway early yesterday afternoon after U.S. Senator Jean Shaheen of New Hampshire skillfully and quickly maneuvered a robot to pick up and drop a ball into a container. Standing next to several displays of robots, Shaheen told the large crowd of students and educators the U.S. needs them to study the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math called STEM, fields she told them would earn them a good paycheck as they replace retiring workers in the workforce. Shaheen supports legislation that promotes and funds the STEM fields. The senator watched several teams of students perform various tasks with robots they had built and programmed. One robot looked like a car that was actually mounted on a printer. Team Stack Overflow, dressed in black T-shirts emblazoned with the word Eagles, demonstrated how their robot, called Table Runner, could move down a table, gather a ball in front of it, and use its sensors to avoid running off the table. Stack Overflow team member Kennett Jr. Philip Matthew of Freedom says he may go into engineering and that working with robots means you have to predict the consequences of your actions.
Building robots has great value because you learn not only to do simple things with technology like just word processing, but you're learning how to take technology and actually apply it in the real world. And that's something that you really can't experience until you've seen it and built it and done it yourself. And especially in the biomedical field, there's lots of exciting new opportunities with prosthetic limbs, things like that, artificial hearts. Everything in our future could be governed by robots, still run by humans, but all the menial work can be done by robots.
Kennett Principal Neil Moylan says more than 18 students are studying robotics this year, and more courses will be offered next year. He says the study of robotics crosses with other disciplines like physics, machining, and computer-assisted design. After posing for photos with the robotic teams, Shaheen headed north for a tour of the Gorham Paper and Tissue Mill. She finished her public appearances for the day with a town hall meeting in Berlin. In Maine news, the former Maine Turnpike executive director who stole tens of thousands of dollars of Turnpike funds is asking for a sentence of a year or less. Paul Violette, who will be sentenced today in Cumberland County Superior Court, is requesting a term of 30 months, but with most of it suspended. His sentence is capped at 5 years under a plea agreement. Prosecutors are asking for the full 5 years. In sports, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats won their season opener last night in New Jersey, beating the Trenton Thunder 5-3. Drew Hutchison pitched 5 good innings, and A.J. Jimenez collected 3 hits in his Double-A debut. The teams play again tonight. The Cats return home for their home opener Thursday against the New Britain Rock Cats. Paul Carey had 2 goals, and Boston College beat Minnesota 6-1 in the Frozen Four semifinals last night. The Eagles will bring an 18-game winning streak into tomorrow night's NCAA championship game against Ferris State, which beat Union College 3-1 in the first semifinal. BC is looking for its 5th hockey title. FC Dallas gets a 1-0 win over the New England Revs. John Lester matched Justin Verlander for most of the day, and the Red Sox even scored a couple of runs off Jose Valverde, but it wasn't enough. The Detroit Tigers overcame Valverde's blown save to beat the Red Sox 3-2 in yesterday's season opener in Detroit. The Chicago Bulls get a 93-86 win over the Celtics last night, and the Boston Bruins beat the Ottawa Senators 3-1. The National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement for southern Carroll County, warning that the combination of low humidity, gusty winds, and lack of precipitation will cause an elevated fire weather risk across the forecast area. Those conditions will persist until about 6 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, partly sunny today, highs in the mid-40s, northwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-20s, northwest winds 10 to 15, and mostly cloudy Saturday, scattered rain showers in the afternoon, highs in the upper 40s. From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie.